Hey, congratulations. You have downloaded our Airbnb profit calculator. We have a arbitrage and an owner version. We're going to go over the arbitrage version. But I just want to let you know in regards to the owner version, what is different. The main differences are the security deposit is a down payment. The rent is a mortgage. And then we also have another section right here that is not in the arbitrage one, which is basically just called deal evaluation, mainly how much did it cost you to buy that house? And assuming it's a 20% down payment, it's going to automatically spit out a monthly mortgage. But if it's not 20% down, then make sure you check with a actual professional profit calculator or a mortgage calculator to know what your monthly mortgage is going to be. Or maybe you already have a monthly mortgage, so you don't have to worry about that. But in regards to this arbitrage one, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go address, and we're just going to make up something arbitrary. 123 Main Street. And let's say the lead source is the MLS. The date today is, let's just call it March 2021. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 1,500 square feet. Let's even just add a little note, detached garage, or how about, large backyard, just something like that will give you an idea when you go back to your notes, because you're going to save these and you're going to refer back to them. So furnishing, this is assuming that you are paying for all of the furnishing costs. So let's just do something really quick here, and let's say that it's going to be $8,000 for furnishing. Let's say amenities is going to be $2,500. Let's say that security deposit is $1,000. There's no repairs because you don't own it, and then miscellaneous. Let's just throw in a random number here, which is going to be 500, just in case. So $12,000. I'm going to come back to financing costs here in a second. You'll see how we use that. And then, so that's your initial expenses is $12,000. Rent, let's call this $1,500. Let's say the utilities is going to be 100, Wi-Fi 75, landscaping 75, pest control, hey, 75. How about even miscellaneous? This is like your restocking fees and the things that you're going to need for toilet paper, paper towels on a monthly basis. Let's go $50 on that. Gas and electric, different from utilities, because gas and electric is a different expense. So we're going to go $300 for that. And, just know your area. I'm just putting arbitrary numbers right now. Estimated cleaning fees. This is monthly, so we're not doing one cleaning fee. We're doing an entire month. So if you've done a little bit of research, you should know at this point, well, how many cleaning or turnovers should I probably expect? And you're going to probably, in my area, I have 8 turnovers. So that's an average throughout a month. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's say I got quoted at $100 for cleaning, and I have an average of 8 turnovers. So 8 times 100 is $800. All right, simple enough. Then for the nightly rate, well, what am I going to make here on a monthly basis? What is my expected occupancy rate? For that, I'm going to point you to this video right here. If you have not already, make sure to do yourself a favor and watch this video. Evaluate a deal on AirDNA. AirDNA is an incredible source to show you how to evaluate what is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on Main Street look like, and what is it possible to make on a nightly basis. How many days out of the month should you be occupied? Well, let's just say, once again, arbitrarily, we're going to say that we are expecting an 80% occupancy. So I got my handy dandy calculator here. I'm going 30 days times 0.8, which is 80%, means that I should be occupied 24 days out of the month. So I'm going to turn the units or days into 24 here. And if I've done my research, then I've basically just, again, arbitrarily say we're going to make $149 per night for 24 nights. And in fact, let's make it even easier. Let's go 150 because I like that round number. So 150 times 24, it automatically says that's $3,600. Then if you had a second unit on the property, you could do that second one here. But we're doing an extra guest fee, which is estimated automatically. An additional 10% of the income collected is added. So $3,600, 10% of that is $360. And I highly suggest that you have extra guest fees, because this is an easy way to add extra income to your bottom line. And for me, 10% is a very conservative and fair number. So what is the only thing we're missing at this point? The cleaning income. So if we are getting charged $100 for our cleaning, we want to give ourselves a little bit of a padding, both for extra income, because that's a smart business decision. And also, if our cleaners ever need some more pay because they spent extra time there, we want to make sure that we're not losing money on that. So 125 times 8 is what it's going to automatically do. So we spent $800 on cleaning. We're making $1,000 on cleaning. That gives us a $200 profit. And then if you, let's say you have a bike that you're going to rent out, or maybe you've got a pool heater that you're going to charge for. And, maybe you're expecting to do that a couple times a month and it costs them $10. You do that 10 times 2 and there's your $20. But I'm going to just keep these at 0 for now. Same thing under extra income. Maybe there's something extra that you're doing as well. So right here, we have our gross monthly profit of $49.60. Our total estimated monthly cost is $29.75. And look what happens over here. It all automatically does it. Look at this. You're going to make $1,985 a month. Your estimated yearly net profit is almost $24,000. And these two are really important right here, because our estimated net to gross ROI, which a lot of people ask me, well, what's the importance of this? This shows your risk. If you are over 33%, which this is, you have a very low risk deal, because that basically means that you are making your money back. Not after, we've got 24 nights that were booked here. If we're less than 33%, that means that we're having to get more like, let's call it 17 or 18 days to break even. But because we're over 33%, now we're probably more at like 12 or 13 days is when we are breaking even. And that's a great place to be, because if there's a low season, you're probably not going to lose money. Or if there's ever a pandemic, you're probably not going to lose money, or it's not going to hurt you as bad. So that's where that net to gross is really important. I think 33% is a really sweet place to be. But evaluate your own risk. That's where I would say there. And then our estimated yearly ROI, I love seeing this over 150%, which is exactly what this is. And so if I'm over 150%, that means I'm making my money back right here. If we're 200% of what we initially invested, which is what that calculation is doing, that means that we are making our money back probably around month 6, which is really, really cool. So the last thing I'll point out here, because I told you I wanted to come back to the financing costs. Let's say you don't have any money to get this $12,000 started up. Let's say, I'm going to put this all at zeros, and you go and you raise the money. So you raise that $12,000 and you tell that person, hey, that $12,000 is going to turn into, $14,000 over a year. So and let's just do this. So $14,000 divided by 12, you're going to pay them monthly $1,166 to loan that $12,000 out. Okay. So $1,166. Let's just say that, and I'm not going to go into the strategy of this right now. This is not about strategy. This is just basically, hey, you have made an agreement with someone that you're going to pay them this amount for that initial $12,000. That takes out all initial expenses. So you have $0 in the deal. But in year 1, instead of making $1,900 a month, you're making $819, and then you pay off that entire loan after 1 year. That's the way I structure them, so that by year 2, this is a 0, and now I'm making that $1,985 in year 2. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's what this financing section is for. You're just putting the monthly payments of what it costs you to raise this money up here. And this, my friends, is exactly how you use the Airbnb profit arbitrage calculator.